Hello. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I can never tell with these things. So let me know in the comments if you can see and hear me, if I am indeed live, as I think that I am. I'm trying to be super clever with this, which may end up being a case of me trying to be too clever in that I'm using a camera rather than just the webcam on my laptop. And I've got two laptops as well. So I'm actually streaming this from a laptop there with a microphone and camera plugged into it. And then I've got this one for dealing with comments and things like that. So looks like from the comments, everyone can see and hear me. So firstly, happy Boxing Day. Hope you all had a fantastic Christmas. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hopefully we can do some fun reading together. So if you've not joined one of these before, the concept is super simple, which is we will do a number, probably 2 or 3, of reading sprints where we will read together for half an hour or so. So I will read, you can read, and then we'll check back in again for 5-10 minutes after each time, after each of the sprints, after each time that we've read. So the idea is it's just a nice chilled out way to kind of hang out together, and a very nice thing to do on Boxing Day after the hustle and bustle of Christmas Day. So there's seem to be lots of people in the comments, so let's go through the comments quickly and see who we've got here. So let's see if I can remember how to present the comments. So we've got MJ. Hello, MJ. Happy Christmas. MJ needs this sprint to relax after a busy holiday. Yeah, I think we can all agree with that. Although I had a very chilled out, low-key Christmas Day yesterday, which was very nice. We're doing most of the kind of family stuff this coming weekend, actually. So that will be the busier time for me. We got Lewis. Hello, Lewis. Long time no see. So Lewis is ready to start when I am. So that was in response to me putting up a comment saying we'll be starting in 5 minutes. Here is on her third cup of coffee. I've had 2 cups of coffee today, but it is a lot later here than it is where you are. MJ's confirming I'm live. Lewis is just going to relax watching the streams, confirmed he can hear. Hello, Kathy. Good tidings to you too. Hello, Paperbird. Here is confirming I am audible and visible. Happy Boxing Day, Keela. Hello, Crystal. Nice to see you here. Hello, John. Pocrage is here as well, so I'm guessing it's quite a lot late. What is it? Kind of 8, half 8, something like that where you are, Pocrage? A bit later in the day. Happy Boxing Holiday to all who celebrate. We've got a pirate who is reading and cross-stitching. I don't know if that's what pirates normally do. Oh, hello, Nadine. How are you? If you don't subscribe already, actually, let's see who's got channels who I can shout out. Who do I know who's got channels? So MJ's definitely got a channel, so subscribe to MJ if you are not already subscribed. Crystal has got a channel, Fiber Artsy. And Nadine has got a channel, Time Raider, so definitely subscribe to her. Who else have we got? Pablo, thanks for the Gathering recommendation. Really enjoyed it. I haven't read any of her other books, so her being CJ Tudor. So I did a review of The Gathering last week, I think, on the channel, a kind of vampire mystery, which I really enjoyed. So yeah, I thought that was very entertaining. I've got her first book, which I think is called The Chalk Man, but I haven't read that one yet. Who else have we got? We got Super Strange Shadow. Merry Christmas, everyone. Reading The Last House Guest by Megan Miranda. I don't know that one. We've got Lady Jane books. Hello, Lady Jane. Lewis has got another Sean Hudson book. So Lewis is a big Sean Hudson fan. So he's got Knife Edge. That's one of the ones that's more of a thriller than a horror book. But I seem to remember it's a good one. We've got Donna Marie. Hello, Merry Christmas, everyone. About to eat breakfast and work on my bookshelves. Yeah, that's one of the difficult things about doing reading sprints or doing live events like this is everyone's all over the world. So we certainly got lots of people in the States. We've got Lewis, who's in the UK. We've got Pokrach, who's in India. So we've got people all over the world. So Chevy Dodd, not sure what day, Boxing Day is. So Boxing Day is an English tradition, which is the day after Christmas Day. and I'm trying to remember exactly why it's called Boxing Day. I think it's something like on Boxing Day, like servants, things like that. It does make it sound very British, doesn't it? Will get given a Christmas box, which was like their Christmas bonus, basically. So yes, Pokerage confirming it's 8:30 in the evening there. Got Read with Chelsea. Are you going to do a Boxing Day book haul? So I have actually filmed this morning a book haul video, which will be going up. When will it be going up? In a couple of days. Actually, early next week. I think it's either Sunday or Monday. It's going to be going up. I did get a couple of books for Christmas. One of which I'm not going to show you yet because that's the book I'm going to be reading today. But let me show you my other Christmas books. So I got the novelisation of Terrifier 2 by Tim Wagoner, and somewhere, I don't know where it is, somewhere else in this room is a hard case crime book I got, which is a collection of short stories by Charles Ardai, who's like the head honcho at Hard Case Crime. So yeah, that's somewhere as well. So looking forward to reading that soon. Glenn says Tomb Raider is an amazing name. It is a fantastic name. We've got Grooblade the Ventilator. Hello from work. Oh no, that sucks that you're at work, but glad that you could join us. Inokan Andre, hello, hope you had a great day. I've had a good day so far and a lovely day yesterday. Good morning from Ali K. John's confirming enjoyed the Chalkman, so that's good to hear. Another CJ Tudor. Lady Jane has read a few CJ Tudor books by the sound of it and enjoyed them. We've got William as well. Hello, William. Alan's here from Big Hard Books and Classics. Rereading Against the Day as a group read. Wow, Andrew's reading the novelisation of Plan 9 from Outer Space. I think that came out fairly recently, didn't it? I want to say. I bet that's an experience. Oh, Paperman, I'd forgotten. Yeah, you're in Holland, aren't you? So, yeah, someone Dutch over there. Hello from Romania, from Inocan. Alan's saying it's St. Stephen's Day in Ireland. John's got 3 books on the go at the moment. I've just finished a book. So I did have 2 books on the go. So I started listening to the other day when I was doing a bit of Christmas shopping, the audio book of, oh God, I've forgotten what it's called now. Eye of the Needle by Ken Follett. And I've just finished, literally just before starting this, The Thornbirds by Colin McCulloch, which was almost 700 pages long, and definitely felt like a bit of a slog by the time I got to the end. Sorry, I didn't say. So Chris F, happy Boxing Day and happy reading. We've got Sailor Emma as well. She's got coffee and a cat, which is a very good way to start the day. Lewis confirming, yeah, 3rd in the Sean Doyle series after Renegades and White Ghost. So Renegades is definitely a horror novel. White Ghost I've read as well, but I don't remember that one. Renegades I reread quite recently, and that's got lots of kind of supernatural elements to it. Pogos is saying that Boxing Day is when Australians and Italians fight over when Christmas actually starts. We've got Storm Reads as well. Eating while watching breakfast. Hope you had one for Christmas. Yep. Read what Chelsea's saying. She might pick up the Terrifier book. I think the films are worth watching. They're like very low budget, very over the top, but I think they're both pretty good. Inakan is reading Central Station by Levi Tidar. I haven't heard of that one. Keena saying, really want the Terrifier 2 novelisation. I want to know if it gets into Art's thoughts. It's quite long. I mean, the movie was quite long, wasn't it? Wasn't the movie like 2.5 hours? But it's 400 pages long. So it definitely feels like you're going to get a bit something more than just the events of the movie in it. You're saying it's the after Christmas sales day in the US. So it is a big sales day here in the UK as well. I've been inundated this morning with emails from various shops that I've bought from in the past. Embryo saying it's great to see so many people here. It is. There are a ton of people here. I'm going to have to stop going through the comments soon and actually start the sprint. But let me do a few more and try and pick up on anyone who I haven't shown a comment from yet. So Donna Marie reads, maybe she's from Canada. Oh, here's someone new, Flying Over Trout. Rereading Charlie Kaufman's Antkind. Been reading lots of John le Carre and Frederick Forsyth. I need to read some more le Carre. I want to make that a project. I started reading the Smiley books from the start, and I've read the first couple, but I definitely need to get back to that. So John's got three books on the go at the moment. Instrumental Case, which is a very good name. So an interesting one in my local rare book section the other day, the novelisation of Werner Herzog's remake of Nosferatu. I had no idea there was a novelisation of that movie. Although it doesn't surprise me because it came out late 70s, early 80s, which is sort of peak novelisation time when pretty much everything got novelised. Right, I'm just going to do a couple more comments and then we're going to start reading. So we've got Cyprian, hello from Germany, reading Us Against You by Frederick Backman. Who else is? So Tear, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Happy holidays, everyone. I'm working today, but wanting to pop in rereading Deliverance. I haven't read I'll put my teeth in. I haven't read Deliverance for years, but I remember it being really, really good. And it's one that's on my list to pick up another copy of and reread at some point. Right, so let's start the first sprint. So everything seems to be working technically, which is good. Before I started, I was trying things out and my camera kept on turning itself off, but I think I figured out how to solve that. So hopefully I won't have the overheating problem I had when I filmed my 40k Q&A video. I have invested in a fan which clips on the back of the camera, which should keep it going for longer. So stop it overheating, hopefully. Right, so let me show you what I'm going to be reading today, which is one of the Christmas books I got. So this was from Erie, who's in the chat. So thank you very much, Erie. So this is Victims by Jack Pearl, which is a Christmas-themed thriller, which is about so it's set in New York. I haven't started it yet. I've literally read the first half of the first page, just to check I definitely wanted to read it now, and I definitely do. So it's Christmas Eve. So the setting for the book is it's Christmas Eve in New York. A bomber has left a bomb with a 90-minute countdown on it, and nobody knows where the bomb is, including the bomber. And two people, one of whom's a white cop, and one of whom is a black militant, get together to try and find the bomb and defuse it. So it sounds like a phenomenally enjoyable thriller. So really looking forward to reading this, and feels like an appropriate book to be reading on Boxing Day. So right, let's just do this one because I highlighted this comment now, so I need to read it out. Nice idea to celebrate the tradition with reading sprints. I think it's a nice thing to do on Boxing Day. Boxing Day in the UK is either like the day when you see the half of your family that you didn't see on Christmas Day, or it tends to be just a very chilled out day where you just eat leftovers and things like that. So doing reading sprints feels in keeping with that chilled out eating leftovers kind of a day. So let's start the first sprint. So I've got a timer thing. So let me put that up on the screen. If I can remember how to do that. Till I haven't done sprints for a while. Share screen. Right, that is now showing up. So I'm going to start the timer, and we can all read for half an hour, and then we'll check back in again for about 10 minutes and see how we're getting on. So yeah, happy reading, everyone, and I will speak to you again soon. Okay, hopefully you can hear me and see me again. So yes, that was 30 minutes up on our first sprint. So I've been reading Victims by Jack Pearl, which is fun so far. Definitely definitely shows its age in some ways. So published in 1972. So yes, it has dated definitely in some ways, but it is quite enjoyable and gripping so far. So let's see what everyone else is reading. Do you want to shout in the chat what you've been reading and how you've got on in this first sprint? So Pirate, so still early for me. So listen to a podcast while making breakfast. That's a perfectly acceptable thing to do during a sprint. Solvent's reading a Stephen King Dark Tower book. So far in these, forgot which one. Easily done. They do kind of blur into each other a little bit. Andrew is reading the Plan 9 from Outer Space novelization, not mocking the original screenplay at all, and probably what Edward saw in his head. Great pulpy sci-fi fun so far. So I think there's something really nice about a book or a movie like that pays homage to other things, but does it in a non-mocking way. So I watched a fantastic film the other day. There's a bit of an aside called The Slave and the Sorcerer, which is a super low budget British movie that just came out, which is like a throwback to the kind of 80s sword and sorcery style movies, but does it in a really fun way. It was just a really entertaining film that stood in its own right as a movie of that kind, whilst also like being quite amusing and funny at times, but never in a way that mocked the original kind of film. So I think that's a really good, a really nice way of doing that kind of thing. Right, where have I got to? I've lost. There's too many comments. Storm loves the cover of Victims. Yeah, it is fantastic. It's a really, really great cover. Alan liked the nice gentle bell. Yes, that was quite. I almost didn't. I always didn't notice it when it went off. So read 26 pages. That's good. I've read. How much did I read of this? I read it. This is very easy reading. So I read like 40 pages of this. So it's only 140 pages long. So I might even get it finished during the sprints. Oops. So Kathy's reading the play Inherit the Wind. MJ is doing some productivity. So can do some reading in the next sprint. Medium John Silver's here, one of my favourite usernames in the comments. So reading The Prisoner in the Skull, a 1949 science fiction short story by Lewis Paget. Hello, Ellie. Ellie likes my sweater. Yeah, this is my one and only Christmas jumper, which I've had for probably, it might even be 20 years now. I got it a long time ago. Not so. Ellie's not reading it, just had breakfast. Crystal's been reading or has read the manga version of The Nightmare Before Christmas. I had no idea there was a manga version of The Nightmare Before Christmas, but glad it was good. Oh, so Erie's confirmed that Victims is one of those weird books which were advertised as a movie that was never made. So I can't remember if I said on the front cover it says soon to be a major motion picture, a Jack L. Warner production. But clearly that major motion picture never got made, which is a shame because I can definitely see it working well as a book, as a movie even. Cyprian has read 27 pages on their scribe. Emma is reading The Reddening. That's one of the Adam Neville books I haven't read yet, but I've heard really good things about that one. All the Fiends of Hell is phenomenal. I called it my favourite horror book of the year, didn't I? In my top 10. Sorry if you haven't watched that yet. I've spoiled the ending for you, but yeah, a really fantastically good book. Pokerage is reading, or was recommending rather, Stroke of Death by Champa Roy, a British murder mystery, murder mystery set in the British Raj. That sounds good. Duncan is reading Executioner 23 St. Louis Showdown. Read the first two chapters and it's what you'd expect. Yeah, they are all pretty much what you'd expect. I think I would struggle to identify apart from a couple of them, any of the Executioner books, they are all very much of a muchness, but I love them nevertheless. Libro Paradiso, morning from Texas. Reading Grendel Batman by Matt Wagner. I can't remember if I've read that or not. I've got a feeling I have. And The Year of Living Dangerously by C.J. Koch. Enjoyed the film. I don't think I knew that was based on a book. I'm familiar with the film, but I don't know if I've ever seen it. But yeah, I didn't know. I don't think I knew it was based on a book. Tom Brady is reading The Light Fantastic. So I work with someone who basically only reads Discworld books. Every time we're in the office, which is like we go in like 2 days a week, she's always got a book on her desk, and it's always a Discworld book. I don't think she reads anything else ever. I read them when they first came out. I read the first few and really enjoyed them. I did try and read whatever the first one's called, The Colour of Magic, a few years ago, and for some reason I just couldn't get into it. But yeah, I do intend to try reading some Terry Pratchett again at some point. If you don't know them, they are very nicely humorous, like fantasy stories, all quite short, kind of 200, 250 pages, with a kind of recurring cast of characters. Pokeroach asking if I've seen the adaptation of The Thin Man. No, I still haven't, and I really do need to. So many people have recommended it in the comments. All of the films, because there were several films, weren't there? I really do need to track those down and watch them at some point. Mindy's here as well. Hello, Mindy. Drinking morning coffee, and stuffing her Kindle. So yeah, it's Kindle stuffing time. I suspect lots of good Kindle deals available at the moment. Lewis has been doing a bit of writing, which is fantastic. Rob's reading Ushers, a short story by Joe Hill. I've not read that one. Paperbird is reading Joker Man by Rael de Jong about a Dutch Surinamese, I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, man learning about Suriname. It's non-fiction. I have to give it back tomorrow, so I need to finish it. So hopefully reading Switz will help you get it finished. Storm's working on her top 10 type videos, so she can film them later. It took me a long time to prepare for my top 10 videos. I started kind of making my lists about a month ago and just gradually tweaked them and added to them as I went. Tommy's reading I Am Pilgrim. So I read that when it came out and remember really, really enjoying it. I bought my dad for Christmas last year, actually. Or maybe it was for Father's Day, Terry Hayes' new book, which just came out, which I forget the title of now, but I do want to read that at some point. Celeste is here from Cafe Cryptic. Hello, Celeste. I'm doing very well, thank you. Animo is reading Night of the Living Res by Morgan Telty. I've heard good things about that one. So Heather's editing a Boxing Day video. I've just started a fascinating book about the hundreds of American prisoners of war held in Dartmoor during the War of 1812. I did not know that was a thing. That does sound interesting. Jeff is reading The Cut by George Pelecanos. So I've got a George Pelecanos book somewhere. In fact, I've got two. In fact, I can see it, so I can see which one it is. It's not The Cut. It's Shame the Devil. I've got that one, and I've got another one somewhere else. I need to read some Pelecanos soon. I've heard great things about him. So Arrogant, what's your favourite novel by Elmore Leonard? And you're looking great. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. My favourite novel by Elmore Leonard. Golly. It might be Out of Sight. I remember Out of Sight being really, really good. And the movie adaptation of Out of Sight is fantastic as well. So that's definitely up there. And Get Shorty, I remember being really enjoyable too. I haven't read any Leonard for a while, though. I definitely need to get back into reading some of his books because I'm sure, whilst I've read a lot of them, I'm sure there are a number that I haven't read yet. Inican's reading Central Station by Lavi Tidar, a sci-fi novel, 96 pages in. Libro Paradiso, I think the execution novels were the inspiration for The Punisher. I'm pretty sure they were. There's so many similarities between Matt Bolan and Frank Castle, definitely. Joachim is reading Hellmouth, best read of the week. My next So my best read next week will be Island of Dr. Moreau. I haven't read The Island of Dr. Moreau. In fact, I think the only H.G. Wells book I've read is The Time Machine, which is a fantastic book, but that's really bad, isn't it? I need to read some more H.G. Wells. Keela had to help their mum, so I didn't get to read much. Celeste is reading Amygdala Metropolis by B.I. Yeager. It is wild. I've heard so much about that book. Someone commented on my top 10 horror books, I think, or maybe it was on a disturbing book video, actually. Actually, it might have been on my review of Hog, but someone commented in the last 24 hours about Amygdala Metropolis and said what a crazy book it is. I really definitely need to read that. Libro Paradiso. Streaming services have so many crime dramas. Any you recommend? Gosh, I'll tell you the one I watched recently, which I did really enjoy, which is not necessarily a fantastic crime drama, but was just, I thought, very well done. Actually, there's two. So one was, I'm going to forget the name of both of them. One was, it's on the tip, it's literally on the tip of my tongue. It's on Netflix. It's called Bodrum or something like that. It's on Netflix and it's produced by the Obamas. It's set in Ireland. Shout in the comments, anyone, if you know what it's called, because I've completely blanked on it. But yeah, set in Ireland and about this American podcaster who goes over there to investigate some historic disappearances. And it's just a really nice blend of mystery and comedy with some fantastic characters. So I really enjoyed that. And then the other one, which I also can't remember the name of, was on Prime Video, which was an Australian one about these two female cops investigating like weird goings on in this town, which again was a fantastic mix of humor and humor and kind of mystery, and quite gripping and thrilling. I can't believe I can't remember the names of either of those shows. I'll try and remember, or try and check them in the next sprint, and try and remember to report back. Lewis is writing some short stories set in a small country village. That sounds very interesting. Ed is reading Essex Dogs by Dan Jones. I do have a copy of that, but I haven't read it yet. I've heard it's really good. Storm's popping. I didn't realise Sarah had a live at the same time as well. So say hi from me if you hear this. Maximum Bob is a recommendation from Alan for an Elmer Leonard book. And we did indeed a couple of years ago for June on the Range. We read a load of his short stories. So Joachim's, that's going to be his first H.G. Wells. Right, we are probably due to start another sprint. So let me just. What is one of the question from Cynthia? What is one of the best weird horror fiction you want to recommend? I really liked, and it's definitely weird in many ways. And again, I've forgotten the name of it. I shouldn't be put on the spot for things. Oh golly, why am I so bad at remembering things? Oh, Alison, it's the Alison Rumfitt book, Tell Me I'm Worthless. So really extreme, but very, very weird as well, and just fantastically well done. So that would be a recommendation from me. Boogeyman wishes me a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from India. Thank you very much. Bodkin, that was it. Thank you very much, Keela. So that was the Irish one. And Erie is correct that the Australian one was Deadlock. So yeah, both very, very entertaining. The thing I'm watching at the moment, which isn't a crime drama at all, but has fantastic elements of mystery in it, is House, the Hugh Laurie Doctor show, which I'm really, really enjoying. So we're just into the second season of that, and I love the format of it is that classic American mystery format of just exactly the same thing happening in every episode, the mystery playing out in exactly the same way in every episode, and yet it's still being really, really enjoyable. Right, let's start another sprint then. Oh, so Sarah's cancelled her live, says Storm. So she is back. That's a shame she's not feeling well, but understandable given everything she's been through this year. So welcome back, Storm. Pokrad hates House. It's definitely very early 2000s in terms of its kind of tone, I guess. But we do have some fans of House as well. So yes, good to know there's some House fans out there. Yeah, Bunny, I've heard great things about. I do need to read that at some point. So Tomb Raiders are popping off, but we'll rejoin the sprint later. Right, let's start our second sprint then. So another 30 minutes, and we will check back after that. So happy reading, everybody. Let's see if I can remember again how to start the timer. And yeah, we'll check back in half an hour. Hello everyone, welcome back. Hopefully you got some good reading done during that sprint. I definitely did. So I am 104 pages into Victims now by Jack Pearl, and it's got really fun. So the concept is, so I briefly talked about the concept at the start, but let me tell you, I'll try not to spoil the book in case anyone reads it, although I did just check, and it's got 6 ratings on Goodreads, despite being over 50 years old, so clearly not a book many people have read. Basically, there's this like militant group who are carrying out bombing attacks at Christmas, well, on kind of like holidays, public holidays, and they decide to do one at Christmas, and they put a bomb in a like wrapped like disguised as a Christmas present, and drop it at Macy's department store, and basically that's kind of where it's got to. You can probably guess that the bomb ends up being where nobody wants it to be. So the militant group don't actually want to hurt people. They just want to like cause a commotion. So yeah, it's a fun read anyway, and it is enjoyably tense. Right, let's see what we've got in the comments then. What time is it? Right, let's go from about here. So this is what you wanted. Says, what's up from Texas? So hello, Texas. Tangible Reads is here. Happy post-Christmas, everyone. Happy post-Christmas to you too, Courtney. We've got Emma. Happy to be able to join you for a little while today. Thanks for joining us. Sue says, hello, everyone. Hello, Sue. William's been doing a live stream talking about his plans for next year. Do check out his channel. Cyprian's finished another 24 pages, so might finish Us Against You today. Andrew's updating us on Plan 9 from Outer Space. Really entertaining, like sitting in the front row of the cinema watching a 1950s B movie. Dialogue spot on. I'm definitely going to have to pick up a copy of that. It does sound fun. Poker says that Victim sounds like a grown-up version of Home Alone 3. It's not dissimilar, to be honest with you. We watched a terrible but quite entertaining Christmas movie yesterday called, what was it called? Deck the Halls with Matthew Broderick and Danny DeVito, which was very silly, but just stupid and entertaining enough for a Christmas afternoon. Keela's got about 20 pages to go. Paperbirds finished 100 pages, 54 to go. Gru's been given some Ferrero Rocher chocolates. I got some Ferrero Rocher chocolates for Christmas as well, actually. I got sent a little kind of gift box by a company I do some work with at work, which had some wine, which I'm giving to my wife because I don't drink, but had some Ferrero Rocher in there as well. And I had a Ferrero Rocher advent calendar this year, which was delicious. Veronica says hello. Hello, Veronica. Emma is struggling through Malice by John Gwynne for a read-along. I think I might have a digital copy of that. It's like a fantasy type thing, isn't it? I think. Britt Liz says, happy holidays to everyone. Kathy has finished Inherit the Wind and moved on to another play, 12 Angry Men. 12 Angry Men is one of those plays I've always meant to read. I've never seen the movie. I've never seen it performed. But I definitely would like to read it. I do like the concept. Maz says she hopes everyone is enjoying the festive period. I certainly am. So it's 4:35 now. I think I'm going to try and wrap these up at 5 o'clock. So the next sprint I'll probably just do for 20 minutes rather than half an hour. We've got some more comments. So Celeste is on page 76 of Angry Dog Metropolis, and only slightly less lost and confused as she was 30 years ago. Ferrero Rocher Advent Calendar, it was good. The problem with it was let me digress for a moment and talk about my Ferrero Rocher advent calendar. So there were 3 kinds of Ferrero Rocher in it. There was like a white chocolate one, which was dusted with coconut. And I don't particularly like coconut. I like white chocolate, but I don't particularly like coconut. So that wasn't a big hit for me. And then there was a dark chocolate one, which I think had kind of coffee grounds on the outside, which sounds okay, but neither of those were nearly as nice as just a classic milk chocolate Ferrero Rocher. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. I would just buy yourself a box of Ferrero Rocher instead. So Mindy's reading a Victorian ghost story. Oh, reading one a day in December. That's a lovely idea. So currently reading Christmas Eve on a Haunted Hulk by Frank Cowper. Mads is struggling to settle with a book, nothing appealing at the moment. I hate when that happens. I find the best thing to do is to go back to something you've read before that you really, really love, and hopefully that will kind of break the cycle for you. Medium John Silver is reading. So in the anthology he's reading is Isaac Asimov's. I can't speak. Isaac Asimov presents the Great Science Fiction Stories 11 from 1949. Pokraj, there's a Hindi film adaptation of 12 Angry Men. So I think there's some Hindi film adaptations of Ed McBain books as well. So I think it's King's Ransom, which was filmed by in Japanese by Akira Kurosawa as High and Low. There are loads of different film adaptations of around the world, and I'm pretty sure there's some Bollywood ones. Matthew says, recently found the channel and love it so far. Given me many books to read already. Thank you, Matthew. Really glad you're enjoying the channel and glad you are finding some good reads through it. Courtney agrees that milk chocolate is the best. And Animo says, we also have got Ferrero Rocher, I think that's supposed to be, and so much other chocolate, both a gift and a curse. Agreed. I got loads of biscuits this year as well, which I do quite enjoy, but definitely need to cut down on in the new year. Right, let's do a final sprint then. So let's do this one for 20 minutes, and then we'll have a little wrap up at the end. So let me start another one. Let's edit the time to 20 minutes. And then we can have a chat again at the end. So I will start that and share it on here. There we go. So I will check back with all of you in 20 minutes. Happy reading and speaking again soon. Hello everyone, welcome back. Hopefully you can hear me. I think I'm unmuted. So I nearly finished Victims. I've got I think I've got 3 or 4 pages left. So they managed to defuse the bomb. Spoiler alert for that. You probably figured out that they would. So yes, they defused the bomb. It actually could have been longer. So I'm just in the final wrap up now. There was a really nice redemptive story arc for one minor character that was actually quite nicely done. And I do think it could have been 50 pages longer. The ending where they've figured out where the bomb is and they're on the way to the bomb and then they defuse the bomb all took place in about 10 pages, and I think they could have spread that out a bit more. But definitely a fun read. So thank you very much again, Eerie, for sending this. Nice, definitely had a nice Christmas vibe to it, and definitely could have been made into a movie and could still be made into a movie. It's a really great concept. You probably want to change some of the elements of the story to bring it up to date. As I said at the start, it was very, very dated in some respects, but overall, really entertaining. I did enjoy it. So let's see what everyone else has been reading. Right, let's go back to here. So Kat's dropped in. Hello, Kat. Very nice to see you. Hello, friends in the chat. Reading I Saw Zombies Eating Santa Claus, which is a great title. Pogrudge, you're right, but actually it's not a direct adaptation of the book. It's a remake of the Kurosawa film. Yes. And I think there's some Eastern European remakes of it as well. It's one of those films that just constantly got remade for some reason. So no other adaptations of Edward Bain. Eerie says she hopes that Kat's book lives up to the title. Yep, agreed. MJ also chipping in on that title. It's a fantastic title and a fun read by the sound of it. So I may have to read that one myself next Christmas. And Pokerage updating us on other versions of Hard Low. So yes, there is that new or newish Spike Lee version too. I've never seen the Kurosawa version. I really should watch it. Oh, Eerie saying for Jello July, she watched Without Apparent Motive, which was adapted from an Evan Hunter book. I'll have to track that down because I have not seen that, and I'm interested to know what book it's based on. So Paperbird finished her book. Excellent. Howard Taunt wishing us a very happy Christmas. Hugely enjoyed my Kobo colour. Thanks for the recommendation. Yeah, the Kobo Libra colour really is a fantastic e-reader. I've been using mine a bit again recently, and it really is just a pleasure to read on. Keela finished their book as well. Andrew saying, so now knows what was in the other 8 plans, which is fantastic. I had always wondered. Emma managed to slog through a few more pages. Needs to give it a rest. Try something else and then maybe go back to it. Storm reads 80% into Deadbeats, which I think she said in a previous comment is one of the Dresden Files books. So maybe a short story. So I hope you do manage to get that finished today. Mindy finished her short story and enjoyed it. Medium John Silver still on the 29th page of the short story. This is really super easy reading. It's quite a big font, and just the pages just flew by. So very entertaining. In a can, it's about 50% left. Celeste has got to a good stopping point for tomorrow. Animo is now reading The Cloisters by Katie Mays. Veronica is halfway through the first Orphan X book by Craig Hurwitz. Yeah, I read the first 2 or 3 of those, and they are really fun. I mean, we need to go back to the series. So yes, they are entertaining. If people haven't read them, they're kind of a bit kind of Jason Bourne-y, I guess, but they are fun thrillers. Poco's chipping in to say that Bones had an episode where a costume Santa gets blown up. It's not so the Santa in Victims doesn't get blown up, but does help to. So basically, he's an old kind of washed up actor guy who drinks too much and is like kind of towards the end of his life and has never had any purpose to his life, but manages to help them find the bomb. And so feels like he's finally realised what the point of his life was. So it was quite a nice kind of Christmassy message. Random question from IJ Roderick. If you could pick another language to be fluent in, so you would thereby gain access to all the language, all the literature written in that language, which one would you choose? Golly, that is a random question. Probably Japanese, to be honest with you. I do all the Japanese, well, I say all, the vast majority of the Japanese books that I've read, I've really enjoyed. I think Japanese crime fiction in particular is really interesting. So yeah, I think I would go with Japanese. Plus, you've got all the kind of untranslated manga and things like that as well. Pokeroach pointing out that I have a new video up. So I do my top 10 other, so non-crime, non-horror books of the year video has just gone live. So do check that out. Should you want to get that? It's like the final video in my top 10 series that I've done. Kathy says, wonderful spending time with you all. Have a lovely day and Happy New Year. I will echo that. So yes, enjoy the rest of your Boxing Day. Have a fantastic New Year. Thank you for your support of the channel throughout the year. Thank you for joining in today. Let's just go through a final few comments and then we will wrap up. So as I've been reading Wisdom Truth by Brandon Sanderson, at the end, only 300 pages left. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I tend to avoid Brandon Sanderson books. Inocan using a Books e-reader. So yes, I really like Books' products. I do have a new Books e-reader which is stuck in customs at the moment. I'm just waiting for them to send me the customs bill so I can clear that, and then I should be reviewing that one on the channel soon. It's the Books Note Air 4C, I think it's called. W. Ram reading The Eyes are the best part, which doesn't start the horror until the third act. First 2/3 is slow and the characters superficial. That's a shame. I have heard good things about that, so I do intend to pick it out at some point. Paperbird confirming Orphan X is fun. Definitely agree with that. Man's going to try Haunting Field House as a reread. I hope that gets you out of the slumpiness. True festive spirit is realizing you can be Santa for one last job. Andrew, thanks for this. Fun evening. Storm says goodbye. Animo says Happy New Year, everyone. Kat says great seeing you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Kat. Thanks for sprints. Happy New Year. Thank you for dropping in, MJ. So yes, thanks everyone for dropping in. Have a fantastic New Year's Eve when it comes. And I will speak to you all again soon. Cheerio.